Steph, looking forward, you guys have had difficulty playing with teams with pace. How do you solve that, or how can you get better at it?
Um, really just get better with our communication, getting back, especially off missed shots. I feel like we'd be cross-matched, and sometimes we try and run back to our matchup instead of building a wall, and that's how teams go on runs.
What happened at the end of the third there, like when they went on, I think it was a 16-0 run to close the quarter?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like we were settling a little too much. I think we were in the bonus with like 8 minutes left in that corner, so I thought we should have attacked a lot more, try to get some easier buckets, knowing that they couldn't really foul us, especially with that much time on the clock. So yeah, I just felt like we were settling a lot, and they were getting out in transition and playing how they like to play.
Is it concerning that you've got a little trend going now where it's been tough to win games, and you're coming up on the midpoint of the season, things were going great, and now it's a little rough spot?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's concerning. I feel like every team goes through it. I mean, we just got to get back to our identity with defense. Taking pride on that side of the court, especially with teams like that like to play fast. Got to get better with our communication and transition defense.
What are you doing well in first? These are two pretty good first halves in a row for you. What has worked well for you in both of those first halves?
Just being aggressive, trying to find my spots in transition, especially when they're cross-matched. I know that they had a game plan to put it big on me and try and have somebody kind of level out with Vic. So the faster we could play and just play with open space while the big is slow getting back, then we could play with cross matches and be aggressive.
Victor showed an awful lot of faith in you in that lob that you didn't quite get to. Was that were you expecting that at all?
I mean, we've done it a couple times in practice, so it's not the first time I've seen it. It's not the first time he's thrown a lob like that, so. I wouldn't say I was expecting it, but I'm not surprised by it.
Last night you mentioned taking what the defense was giving you. Is there something that Memphis does that kind of you've had 2 great games against them specifically. Is there something that they're doing, the way they're guarding you, that kind of allows you to find your spots on offense?
I would just say they were giving me a lot of space to get a running start towards the rim, and they're really trying to keep their matchups. So I was just telling our guys if they're going to screen for me, just make sure you get a hit because they really don't want to switch off you guys. So, just staying aggressive. Like CP was telling me, just stay aggressive. And, just being aggressive doesn't mean I always have to go score. Just drawing to try and, get open shots from my teammates as well.
You just brought up playing more to your identity. Mitch talked about not falling into the trap of playing to another team's identity. How do you, as a group, collectively stay out of falling into that kind of trap where you start playing the way another team likes to play?
Yeah, we just got to find a way to weather the storm, especially when teams start to go on runs. I wouldn't say just play slower, but, like I said earlier, just try and get easier buckets for ourselves, not settle as much. HB mentioned it in one of our huddles, try and get to the second and third action on every possession, trying to make them guard, tire them out a little bit, and then that'll also help our transition defense.
Mitch talked before the game a little bit about Keldon, his adjustment to coming off the bench after being a starter. Are there some things you picked up from Keldon, knowing that you'll go back to the bench eventually?
Yeah, just the energy he brings every day, really, not even every game. He brings it in practice, shoot around, just always having that high motor. When you have that skill, I feel like it doesn't matter whether you come off the bench or start, and that's why he's been successful for us.
Very good. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.